Welcome. The video you see here is real. Yes, it's a real boxing match. Can't you see that? Okay. It's not. Flat earthers had started to use 3D simulations where they claim to show the truth. A flat earth simulator was recently released on the gaming platform Steam. There are someone called themselves the Truthtellers who have done it. It can be yours for only €4. I do not intend to give these fraudsters any money, but I found a channel here on YouTube that tested the simulator. But it actually looks more than that as an attempt to make some kind of educational material or making something which fools people. Okay, let's have a look at this dumpster fire.
The Antarctic Ice Wall. The Sun. The Sun is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The Sun's area of light is similar to the spotlight of a searchlight. This means that only certain portions of the Earth are illuminated at a time. It also describes how night and day arise on a flat Earth.
You have invented the size of the Sun and the distance to it. You have no evidence for these crazy claims. In addition, the claim is refused by reality. On this picture you see Ushuaia in southern Argentina. In a few weeks' time they will see the Sun for 17 hours and 30 minutes per day. This picture is from Lofoten in Norway, where I live. At the same time as they see the Sun in southern Argentina for 17 hours and 30 minutes, we don't see the Sun at all. That would not work on your fictional pizza world.
The Summer Gate. In this model, the Terran plane is represented as a solid disk with an end and a start. However, this is not the only model. Out of a sense of fairness, we should mention the infinite Earth theory. It states that the Terran plane is not finite, and that beyond the ice wall, other lands exist. The most popular of these theories is the Summer Gate theory. It states that the ice wall just near New Zealand melts during the summer and leaves passage open to another ring of continents on the Terran plane. These continents are lit by another sol called Bol or Nemesis. The transfer will only be possible during summer as long as Bol and Sol are near each other. So only during a short night a ship might traverse the gate and re-emerge in the light of Bol on the other side.
Thank you. Here you prove that there is no flat Earth model. These crazy claims prove that you have no idea what you're talking about. There is no conclusive evidence of any of this. This is only plain stupidity.
Traveling to this gate is near impossible. While one can traverse along the Arctic Ice Wall with the approval of the UN, no expedition is allowed near the supposed Summer Gate location.
And the proof for these crazy claims? You don't have any proofs for this silliness.
This gives the theory credibility and raises one question. If the Summer Gate is real, what might lie beyond its path?
Credibility? Do you even understand that word? You have no proof, and you still think your crazy claims are credible. Oi, oi, oi.
The atmoplane. The atmoplane, or atmolayer, is a series of gas layers above the inhabited part of the Earth. If the Earth is finite, as shown in this model, the atmoplane gets thinner and less dense towards the edges, where the Arctic ice wall stops the atmoplane from flowing off the edge.
Atmoplane, we have an atmosphere, and it's not thinner closer to the poles. If you leave your mother's basement and climb a mountain and measure the pressure at ground level and on the mountain, you will see that the pressure gradient is upwards, not to the sides.
The Antarctic Ice Wall. At the outer edge of the world, we find the Antarctic Ice Wall. The wall was first discovered in 1841 by the British explorer James Clark Ross when he circumnavigated the edge of the known Earth, though he thought himself to be at the southern pole because he simply followed the magnetic field which develops outwards from the center.
One more lie. You can sail around the Antarctic continent. Whereas Wally made a video about the sail race started some days ago in France, where they will go around the Antarctic and back to France. Have a look at that video if you don't believe me.
Space programs. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the two opposing blocs of the totalitarian USSR and the free world under the leadership of the United States started the competition of the supposed space race. Why space and its supposed conquest was so important was explained by Senate Majority Leader and later President Lyndon B. Johnson. Quote, "Control of space means control of the world, the position of total control over the Earth that lies somewhere in outer space." This statement proves space was seen as an ultimate achievement, primarily on the grounds of propaganda and the invoking of fear of war capabilities. A few months later, NASA was established. The Soviets, meanwhile, resorted to their first hoaxes with a supposed Sputnik satellite. This was in reality just a radio transmission that was broadcasted by a high-altitude aircraft, as previously uncovered documents at the end of the USSR in 1990 show. However, these documents have since been confiscated by various actors. Most of the rockets tested since the beginning of the space race have been failures. Some observers see in modern rocket launches nothing more than oversized effect shows that shoot a rocket a few thousand miles into the atmoplane until it is out of sight for most of the observers, where it deploys its parachutes and drops into the sea or is destroyed.
Once again, a lot of lies without any proofs, and all of this have been debunked time after time.
The Moon. The Moon is a revolving sphere. It has a diameter of 32 miles and is located approximately 3,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The Moon is thought to be spherical due to a slight rocking back and forth over its monthly cycle. The Moon does not emit light by itself. It is lit by the Sun. It moves from 3,000 miles to 2,000 miles over the duration of a month, thus causing the lunar cycle we observe as new moon, half moon,
Okay,
and full moon.
a bunch of lies once again. So you claim the moon and the sun have the same size and the same distance. If you have some knowledge in mathematics, it's quite easy to calculate the distance to the sun and to the moon and how big they are. This is pure bullshit.
The cover-up. The fake space programs of NASA and the Russians are the reason why the weak sphere model has been propagated during the 20th century. NASA doesn't hide the true shape of the Earth. During their early fakes, they showed pictures of the spheroid Earth and are now stuck with it. Organizations like the United Nations even show the true shape of the Earth on their flag. Because the UN was founded before NASA, the designer of the flag took the model of the monopole flat Earth as a representation. Although by the mid-60s, most of those institutions had recognized the hoaxes of the space programs, they continued to support it.
This is both science denying and history denying. We did know that we lived on a globe long before NASA and the Soviet Union space program. This is only lies without any shred of proofs. This so-called Flat Earth simulator is nothing but a scam. It's an attempt to fool people to pay €4 to get served lies and bullshit. And I think it's a shame that Steam is having this on their platform, a platform where young people spend a lot of time. Shame on you, Steam. Okay, that was all for this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be back tomorrow. See you then. Bye.